Pizza time!
Even without a big pizza oven, I think you can still make a tasty homemade pizza with just a cast iron pan. I have some store-bought dough here, because it's way more convenient than spending 2 days to make homemade dough. I'll still have to knead it out like a real pizza man, and I also like it better than those flat pizza crusts available. So here I have the basics: tomato paste, garlic, and a blend of low moisture mozzarella cheese and mild cheddar cheese. And my toppings: tomato, mushroom, and arugula. The first step is to leave the dough at room temperature so it warms up. I'll also put the cast iron in the oven and preheat it to 450 degrees Fahrenheit. As things are warming up, I'll chop up the ingredients. It's pretty easy this week. To start the marinara sauce, I'll heat up some oil and start frying the garlic. Add the tomato puree and then some water to form the sauce. Add a lot of black pepper, about a tablespoon of oregano and basil, and almost a tablespoon of salt. Stir to combine. This marinara sauce is tangy and fresh, and will add the acidity needed to contrast with all the cheese. Simmer until nice and thick. Cover and set aside. The dough should be relaxed by now. Sprinkle some flour to prevent sticking. I'll start pressing it flat and smacking it around. I'll pick it up and start spinning it like a driving wheel. I let the weight of the dough stretch itself out. Spread out any thicker sections and make sure it's nice and even. I'll keep doing this until the dough is relaxed and holds its shape, and it's roughly the diameter of the pan. The cast iron pan should be super hot by now. I'll add some oil and brush it out evenly. Now is a critical step. Lay the pizza dough into the pan as evenly as possible. The heat of the pan will cause the dough to set, so it's important to quickly spread it out evenly. Press down and spread out any folds. Okay, now the fun part. Brush some olive oil on the dough. Press the edges in to form the crust. Ladle in some marinara sauce. I like it saucy. I also like a layer of fresh tomatoes here. Add a layer of cheese, a layer of mushrooms, and a top layer of cheese. And then I'll pop it in the oven, which should still be at 450 degrees Fahrenheit. 10 minutes later, everything's melted nicely. I want some more color on the crust, so I'll brush some more oil on it. Also add the arugula on top. Back in the oven for about 3 more minutes, just to wilt the arugula. Here you can turn on the top broiler to get the cheese and crust really browned and crisp. I'll let it rest for a few minutes so it sets. And finally I can scoop out the za. There we go. The heat retention of the cast iron acts like a pizza stone and helps get decent charring on the bottom. I don't have a pizza cutter, but I do have a cleaver. I could get the dough crispier if I left it on the stove on high heat for a few minutes, but I forgot to do that. Pizza time. And it's a tasty pizza. The cheese is rich, the sauce is savory, and the dough is crisp. With the extra tomato, spinach, and mushroom, it's a pretty juicy pizza. And also vegetarian, so hey, not bad. There's also a lot of tasty sauce left, which is great for finishing off the crust.